Oh, man. What's going on, good people? Well, is it just me? I mean, sometimes I be. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing out there? The good Thursday morning. Hope everybody is fine. Hope everybody is well. You know what I'm saying? It's your man, Big Dog Bar, come straight out of Memphis 10 with another one. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody percolating and motivated and gyrated. You know what I'm saying? Getting to that bag. What is legally or illegally. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you got to do to make it through your everyday struggles. Yeah, what it is. Oh, man. As y'all enter the building, hit that like button. Likes are appreciated. Likes are well received over here. You know what I'm saying? So don't hesitate to hit that thumbs up. You can hit the thumbs down. It don't even make no difference. As long as y'all engage. Double tap the screen if you watch it on the vertical on your phone or whatever the case may be, you know. Share this. You know what I'm saying? Tell somebody. Come put their eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something over here. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,300 by December 31st. You know what I'm saying? That's a goal. If we don't reach the goal by December 31st, then we're going to start over January 1st, 2026. But that's the goal, is to get to 1,300 subscribers. Also, for those that don't know, my book, The Women's Index, will be out on Amazon.com October 1st of this year. Go pick that junk up when it drops. It's going to be digital only. If you got a Kindle, go get that junk. I ain't doing no hardback, no paperback. Not just yet. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how the digital copies go first before we do anything else. But it will be on Amazon October 1st. Bar any hold-ups or whatever the case may be. So go and get that junk. Also, in October, I will be starting my app, the Swipe Vesta app. It will be going into full development in October. So, you know what I'm saying? Go pick that junk up too. When I have it ready, I'll let y'all know when that junk is up and running. Oh man. It's so many different things I wanna talk about before I get into the main topic of marriage is an IPO. First thing I want to bring up is, it's the 24th anniversary, if you want to call it an anniversary. But it's the 24th anniversary of September 11th. And, it's going to always go down in American history as one of the worst days ever. And I remember exactly where I was 24 years ago. Hola, ¿cómo está? I remember where I was 24 years ago when all that popped off. I was working at the airport. I was about 22. I was working at the airport, and I remember I was um I was a janitor, and I remember walking down the concourse, and I walked past the little bar where folks were getting, folks were coming in. They, when they get off their flights or they waiting for their flights. It was a little bar by one of the restrooms I was working, and I walked past the junk just doing my daily routine. And I remember looking at and saw the TV where the first tower got hit. And I didn't know what was going on because I knew a lot of pilots. I ain't know them personally, but I used to see pilots going in there doing their little thing, you know what I'm saying, before flights, after flights, or whatever the case may be. They go in there, they probably take a few, get a couple of beers or drinks or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying. And I remember seeing the first tower get hit, and I was like, man, one of them drunk ass pilots done hit the tower. I said, it's crazy. So I walked off. I kept on going down the concourse and kept on doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? And I walked past the bar some minutes later, and I saw the second tower got hit. Now I'm sitting up there scratching my head, and I'm like, man, you mean tell me two of you motherfuckers couldn't drive? Couldn't fly that plane? You mean tell me two of y'all actually hit both these towers? Y'all been drinking a whole lot. Now this just me thinking, cause like I said, I work in this airport and I see pilots drinking before flights, after flights. You know what I'm saying? I see this. Then I look at TV and I seeing both the towers and got hit by planes. So me using what I'm seeing, I'm like, man, these pilots done got drunk and they flew into these towers. I said, man, they need to take some of these folks pilot license. You know, I'm thinking like that. And that thing I know over the intercom, they were telling everybody, all the employees, all the passengers, everybody that's on these concourses to get off the concourse. Everybody got to go in the ticket lobby. Everybody got to go into the baggage claim areas. And everybody like, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on? Mind you, I just seen these towers get hit. What's up with it? What's going on with this meeting? So I'm hearing over the loudspeaker, everybody get off the concourses, all the employees, all the passengers get off the concourses. It's a emergency. And I'm sitting there like, what's going on? What's going on? Now, man, this is after I just seen both these towers get hit. I get out the concourse, go to my office, you know, and my supervisor at the time was telling me them the towers got hit by terrorists. And that just blew my mind. Cause I was like, I just seen these towers get hit. And I'm thinking it's some alcoholic pilots that done flew into these buildings. Cause they just been drinking and just out of control, whatever the case may be. And it's terrorists. Then you know the crash in the field, the crash by the Pentagon. I'm sitting here like, man, this shit crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, what the hell going on? I'm like, it can't be that many drunk pilots. It's four. And after me hearing that it's terrorists and all that, I'm still thinking it's drunk pilots. Cause I'm just got through seeing pilots drinking. I'm literally just seeing pilots get off a flight, passengers getting off a flight, and this is around between 7 and 9 o'clock that morning. They in the bar drinking. And I'm seeing this on the TV screen. And my mind still ain't clicked that it's terrorists when I'm sitting there like I just seen drunk pilots. And needless to say, it was a terrorist attack. You know, you got your conspiracy theories saying it was this, saying it was that. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. I ain't gonna get into all that. One of my partner's brother that was in the military, he tried to put me onto some things. I can't believe him. I don't know what I'm saying. I can't believe what he was telling me. It is what it is. All I can say is this right here. When they tell you they'll slaughter lambs for lions, just believe that they'll slaughter lambs for lions. That's all I can tell you about that one. From all the information he was telling me, in what it was, 2000, I think that was 2000. 2008, right after my son was born, when he was telling me these things because they were watching my son. They were babysitting my son while I was going to work. And I remember when that time I came home from work to go pick up my son, and his brother was over there fresh out the military, and he had the DVD playing, and he was breaking that shit down in front of me and his mama and his brother. And like I said, if you believe in certain things, you believe in certain things. If you don't want to believe, you don't want to believe, and it is what it is. But a lot of things I was seeing on that DVD at that time, and a lot of things he was saying to me, I was like, I could believe that shit. I could believe that shit. I could believe, that's why where I'm at now in life is like I could believe somebody will sacrifice for causes. Just like we'll sit there and believe people will sacrifice their loved ones in the name of power and money and this, that, and the third. It's in the same vein. And something I always tell people is this right here is that regardless if you in the billionaire boys club or if you just this homosexual or anything in between, power is always present. Manipulation is always present. Opportunity is always present. And you ain't just gotta be no rich cat, you ain't gotta be no poor cat. It's always there. And it's how you do with things. That's why when I hear a lot of psychology stuff, when I hear a lot of manipulation, when I hear a lot of them conversations in these spaces, I tune in extra keen to what they saying because I want to see how much do they really know about what they're talking about. And needless to say is that to this day, it's still conspiracy around all the incidents that happened on September 11, 2001. Was it this or was it that? Let me know, can y'all hear me? I know I was having some issue yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. Tuesday when I was doing my live, they was like my sound that went out or whatever the case may be. But yeah. So like I said, when I hear certain conversation about manipulation and power and this, that, psychology and all that right there, I tune in extra hard just so I can see, do y'all know what y'all be talking about? Do y'all really know what's behind the curtains? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be right, sometimes I be wrong. I'm human. I be flawed. I make mistakes. But at the same time, I know what I be talking about. So just want to say, to all the families that still recovering from that tragic day, salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I understand what it's like to lose loved ones at certain parts of the year. Like I said, when anytime May and June come around, I get into my little depression because my mama passed away 2003, right before her birthday in June. Like right before Mother's Day, right before her birthday in June, and to this day I still feel some type of way. I done got better over time, but yeah, I still be feeling some type of way. So my condolences, prayers go out to everybody that's still feeling the effects of 9/11. Also, the whole Charlie Kirk incident. This is what I'm gonna say to all y'all that's jumping for joy that man got deleted. This is what I'm gonna tell y'all. You jumping for joy because this man got put down because y'all don't like some of the things he said. You don't like his religious beliefs. You don't like his political views. You don't like none of the things that going on with him. Does that mean you take him off the map? I don't know if he like was he involved in any criminal activity? I don't know. Was he a gang member? Was he a dope boy? I don't know. I know for him to have his going on different campuses and having these open interviews and open conversations with the students, Christian, conservative, white. And I know that's a bad formula for some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't like that combination. But for y'all to sit there and celebrate that man getting put down, for y'all to celebrate that man getting put down, y'all be the same ones that was saying George Floyd was done wrong. Y'all the same ones that will see anything a white person do to a black person and want justice, and you want to tear up the streets, you want to do this, you want to do that in the name of your blackness, and turn around and jump for joy that a husband, a father, a son gets put down just because he says some words that y'all don't like. Because he ride with an individual y'all don't like. And you feel like it's justified. But be the same ones that'll sit up there and say, your sons and daughters, you will lie for your sons and daughters that you know with the shit, just so they'll stay out of trouble. Knowing your sons and daughters are with the shit. Knowing your boyfriend and girlfriend with the shit. And you would literally lie to keep them from behind bars. And happy as hell that a right-leaning individual conservative beliefs got put down because he goes against everything you stand for. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like what I say, change the channel. Unsubscribe. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to listen to nothing I say. As anybody else that has a phone, a microphone, a camera, whatever the case may be, if you don't like what somebody's saying, you don't have to listen. You don't have to give them no attention. Pay them no mind. Sexuality, race, religious, politics. If you don't like what you hearing, change the channel, bruh. You ain't got to pay that no attention. I swear you don't. But y'all done got to the point now to anything anybody say that goes against what you believe in, y'all done went far. Y'all done went past council culture. Like y'all literally trying to counsel people. Like the long way. Because you don't like something that they're doing that don't bother you. They're not paying your bills. They're not taking care of your family. They're not doing nothing for you. ain't bothering you with one bit, don't stop your day. And you sit up here and take somebody off the map for speaking, and y'all happy. Happy. I remember last year on my birthday. My birthday. Me and my wife and my son, we went out, we went to Firehouse Subs for my birthday. I ain't do nothing special last year. And I remember Donald Trump, that attempt on his life on my birthday. Y'all were jumping for joy then because y'all wanted him to get put down. The attempt at the golf course at Mar-a-Lago, y'all were wishing for him to get put down then. Why? Why? Because the blue told you not to like him? Because you wanted to see a female president that you still don't know what race she really claiming? Because she only claiming what seems fit while throwing Megan Thee Stallion booty in your face, thinking that you that dumb and that idiotic that you just gonna vote for her because she clutching her pearls when she couldn't articulate anything. But somehow, some way, she was a better candidate. Yeah, I made that mistake once before, picking somebody better than Trump. And you see what happened for them 4 years. But again, this is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace to that young lady that got poked up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Innocent victim. Innocent victim. What was the reason? Because she was a woman, because she was white, she smelled some type of way, she moved some. What was the reason? For you to do what you did, my brother. You ain't had no real good reason. You ain't had no reason. People saying he might have been, had some mental issues. Probably. My white cousin had mental issues before she passed away. And one thing I know, as much as I love her auntie, I rock with her auntie. I sat there and be thinking, I was like, man, your auntie really let your cousin go to hell. Because of the simple fact is that you literally put her in my white grandmama house while you was out there in another part of Memphis living your life. Because your dude didn't want your daughter that had mental issues around his house. And you made the conscious decision to let your daughter stay with your mother, who was old and hardly able to get around and all that, but you felt like it was the best decision for your daughter that got mental illness to be with your aging mother. And every time she did something, every time she bucked and ran away from the house, now you want to come out here and try to find her and this, that, and the third. Really ain't giving a damn. Long as she out your hair. That just is me. That's just me talking. That's just me talking. Cause I might be wrong, I might be mistaken. That lady probably love. I know that lady loved her daughter, but at the same time, it's like you didn't take care of your daughter when she needed you the most. When she had some real life issues going on, you literally left her out to dry. So was that the reason that somebody left that young man out to dry, didn't give a damn about him and his mental issues, especially because he's a man, a black man? Was he a victim of his upbringing? Was he a victim of the system? What was the problem? What was the problem? Or was you just an incel? Was you just a dude that was mad at the fact that you couldn't get no women or couldn't keep no women? Women is the reason why you're failing. What was the problem? These are the things that I gotta get off my chest first before I give y'all the smiling and the joking and all the bullshit. It's just that it be times in my life I be sitting there and I be looking at things and I be looking at my wife. I'm like, bruh, like, bruh, this shit so crazy. That's nationwide shit. Then I look at my local shit, my local news. Shit be so crazy. And you be sitting there like, well, what's the solutions? The kids run amok you, but y'all don't want to do nothing to the kids. And they doing all the violence. They doing the majority of the violence down here. You don't want to do nothing to them. The parents don't want to do nothing to them. The police act like they can't do nothing to them. The school system can't do nothing to them. And you expect for them to be model citizens when they live like Grand Theft Auto every day. Not to mention the unks, the aunties. They still think they in their 20s, still being chaotic, still being with the shit, still trying to compete with young niggas and young chicks. I be seeing her like, bruh, I be so out the way. I be so out the way. I be so glad that my son and my daughter don't move the way some of these people move. I ain't saying they perfect, but they could be a whole lot worse than what they are. And I'm so glad they got a little sense. I'm so glad they move in certain directions. Yep. Anyway, anyway, let me go and get the entertainment part started up. What going on? What going on? Let me go and get this started. Man, first of all, let me talk about this whole drip scamming Duralong situation. In my opinion, my takes on it. I don't think drip a scam. I don't think drip scamming. Cause for one, Drip ain't never did nothing or said nothing to me that make me have any ill will toward him. Every interaction me and him had always been cool. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he was on Ashton shit. I started fucking with him over at Ashton shit when he started his own channel. When he started doing his lives and shit, I would go support him and shit like that. So I remember when he had just started, before he blew up, before, everybody want to pop up on his channel and shit like that. He ain't never did nothing wrong to me. He ain't never said nothing wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? I done had people, telling me that they feel some type of way because something he did or something he said. And I'm like, I listen. I have to make my own judgments. I'm like, well, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I can't tell you how to feel about this guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you to support him or don't. I can't, how you feel is how you feel. Me, I listen to what you say and I'm going to keep moving how I move. When I start seeing some bullshit, then I start moving a certain type of way. If I don't see no bullshit, I'm gonna keep moving a certain type of way. It is what it is. Now I don't pop up at this show like I used to because, I just had grandbabies. I have other shit going on. I'm trying to get my shit back popping, get to percolating and shit. I'm creating shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't show up over there because of what I got going on, period. And this before all the allegations. This before all the allegations going against Drip. It had nothing to do with none of this shit. I'm just doing other shit that taking my time and energy away from his channel and this nigga channel and this female channel. Like I do other shit. I don't be on social media all day. I don't be on YouTube all day. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, people start telling me this, that, and the third. I start seeing content. I start hearing this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, I mean, shit. What y'all gonna do? Either y'all gonna fuck with him or y'all ain't gonna fuck with him. Either y'all gonna fuck with him or you ain't gonna fuck with him. Cause one thing I know about relationships is like, man, motherfuckers ain't gonna be perfect every motherfucking day. They ain't gonna say the things you want to hear every day. They not gonna move how you want them to move every day. They gonna do some things. They gonna say them things. They gonna rub you the wrong way and make you look at them sideways. And like, really, it happens. It happens. But do you fuck with them? Can you gonna take this one, two little incidents and say that's that person? Like, no, bro. That's just him being human. Him being human. Now, one thing I can say, and listen, I ain't got nothing against Daryl Long. Personally, I ain't got nothing against him. He do what I do. As far as what I know him to do is, he like women. I like women. Drip like women. He smoke. I smoke. Drip smoke. So I have something in common with them guys. That I fuck with them. We have similar taste. We have similar interests. I'll kick it with Daryl Long in a public setting. I'm not doing no business with him. No, I ain't doing no business with him. I done seen too much on YouTube. I done seen too much before I started doing content when I was just watching, jumping from Fight Club and this channel and this channel. I see him pop up. I seen too much. I done seen too much with him for me to say, nah. Personally, I probably kick it with you. Business wise, I ain't doing no YouTube business with you. And that's not a slight toward Daryl. That's not me saying fuck Daryl. No. That's not me saying that. Personally, I probably kick with Dirt every day. Personally, in the real world, I probably kick with that man every day. YouTube, we ain't doing no bidding together. If I got a panel and he pull up, he can talk. I ain't gonna never say he couldn't come over here and talk. I ain't gonna never do that. But we wouldn't do no bidding together. That's where I draw the line. It's like he can come speak. I'll be cordial. Let him get his rocks off. Whatever the fuck he got to say, let him say it. I give him all that grace. We'll never do bidding together. Never. And a few people I know to do bidding with them, I ask them, like, hey, you sure? And they all say the same thing. He ain't never did nothing to me. All right, man, cool. Proceed. No problem. Do what you gotta do. For whatever reason you're doing it for. No problem. But, like I said, I've seen it happen so many times before. It's only gonna be a matter of time before you say something that Durlong don't like. And Durlong gonna do Durlong shit. Like I said, it's YouTube. Personally, I don't care what he do personally. I probably would kick it with him in real life. In real life, I would probably kick it with him. No bullshit. On YouTube, I ain't doing no bidding with him. I'm not. We can speak. I'll be cordial. I ain't gonna cuss him out. I ain't gonna call him out his name. I ain't gonna do none of that shit. Oh no. Oh no. But as far as trying to get some bread, I'll pass. I'll pass. All money ain't good money. And I know for a fact, Durlong brings attention. I know Durlong brings money. I know Durlong brings this, that, and the third. I know this for a fact. All money ain't good money. That's all I can say. And I know he brings money and attention. I'd rather not do it. But I fuck with him though. But back to Drip. Again, I fuck with Drip in real life. He down there in Texas. I'm in Tennessee. It ain't that far of a stretch. I got people down there in Texas. Got a younger brother down there. Got one of my sisters down there. Got kinfolk cousins and shit down there in Texas. It ain't shit for me to get down there and get over him if that's what I really want to do. I'll kick it with Drip. I don't have a problem with him on YouTube. He doing his thing. He doing his thing. I ain't got no problem with that shit. It ain't bothering me. None of the shit he do. He blew up. He got big. Well, he getting big. He passed me in subscribers, and I've been doing this shit a little bit longer than him as far as lives and shit. He done passed me in subscribers. I can't do nothing but congratulate him. No shade. I ain't gonna never say fuck Drip. Never gonna say that shit. Only thing I can say about this situation, just like this allegation, just like the allegation with the women and shit like that and all that right there. Hey, watch who you do business with. Watch who you talk to. Everybody ain't gonna fuck with you the same way. Everybody ain't solid. Everybody got an agenda. Everybody got opportunists. And anytime a motherfucker got an opportunity to knock you down a peg or two, they'll do it for whatever reason. I remember me and Easy were talking about this one upon a time. Shout out Easy Band. We were talking about this one upon a time. And I told him, I was like, if I was on that type of time, I'll do some shit just so I can get some of your subscribers. I'll smudge your name. I'll do some dirt, whatever the case may be, just to get some of your subscribers, just for you to watch your numbers drop and mine grow. And he asked me, well, what would be the purpose? Wouldn't be no purpose. Wouldn't care. Just to watch you fail. And I would, if I didn't get none of your subscribers, I wouldn't care. It's just to watch you fail. Now I ain't never did no shit like that to Easy, and then wouldn't do no shit like that to him. But we had that conversation. I said, hey, some motherfuckers just want to see you fail. What it was with the Joker? Some people just like to see the world burn. Some people just like to see the world burn. Some people see you growing, you popping, you doing your thing, and some people don't like it. Whether they new to the game, whether they been in the game and then fell off, whether it's a chick trying to get some attention, whether it's a chick that get a lot of attention and you ain't giving it to her. Numerous reasons. Watch who you deal with. I think he can bounce back. I know he had to cut motherfuckers out that were talking bad about him. Folks he done made intros for and looked at like fam and shit like that. He had to cut them off because they were quick to talk bad about him, quick to drag his name in the mud and shit like that, and don't even know the full story. Thinking it's a play. Thinking it's a play. Well, what was the play if he gave Rude his money back? What was the play? He didn't keep that whatever, however much Rude gave his ass. As a matter of fact, he gave him $300 back. I heard Rude tell him to give him $300 back. He gave it back to him. What was the play? What was the play? What was the play? The cash out? I ain't gonna lie. Did look crazy. Did look a little funny. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold it. Hold you. It looked funny. I didn't care. Cause like I said, I don't know what the hell I was doing when all that shit was going on. I heard about it a couple days later that this going on. I'm like, well, shit. It is what it is. It looked funny to the people that were watching. Everybody doing their YouTube detective work and shit like that. Woo woo this and woo woo that. And I'm like, it do look funny. I didn't jump the gun and say, oh, he a scam. I'm like, oh, no, no. First thing I said, man, don't tell me that's the truth. That's all I said at first. I was like, man, don't tell me that's the truth. Don't tell me that's real. You know what I'm saying? That you really getting over on folks. I said, nah, I'm not finna jump the gun. I'm not finna just drag his name in the mud like everybody else. I'm gonna let this shit die down. I did say something about money on YouTube and shit like that. I'm like, hey, get it how you live, but you know, all this shit be fucked up sometimes. I'm always gonna be on that type of shit. I'm like now, it's like motherfuckers want to get monetized, but then don't want to cut the check. Like, well, what's the purpose of you getting monetized if you ain't gonna cut the check? What's the purpose of you putting in the 4,000 hours to get monetized, and then once you get monetized, you don't want to give YouTube their 30%, but you're using their platform? It be shit like that I be talking about. I ain't got no problem with you getting your money, but at the same time, don't try to make me feel guilty because of the shit you paying for to do your show. And you want to sit there and tell your audience, your consumer basis that I need you to give me some money because of what I'm paying for on the back end. Like, that's your choice. Ain't nobody tell you to do that shit. That's you. That's how I look at the whole money conversation. As far as bounties and shit like that, hey, whatever floats your boat. I get no damn about no bounties. It ain't enough for a female or a dude to say on anybody panel for me to send some money to knock them off the panel. Let them rock. I don't care. You don't like what they say again, like I said about the Charlie Kirk shit. You don't like what they say, you change the channel. Or sit there and deal with this shit. Now support, no doubt. If you want to send that bread in to get somebody off the panel, I ain't gonna tell you not to do it. I ain't gonna do it. I like to hear a motherfucker crash out. I like to see this shit. I laugh. I know I do. I ain't never sent no dollar for a motherfucker to get off the panel. I send money just for the simple fact I fuck with you. I ain't send no money to get a nigga off the panel or a female off the panel. I send money because I fuck with you. So yeah, when I hear that shit going on, just like I heard the other allegation about the women, I'm like, well, shit. He a single man. If y'all shooting y'all shots at a single man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I tell dudes all the motherfucker time, hey, play the field until you find the right one. I ain't gonna tell you to fuck all of them, but play the field. Have fun. And Drip pretty much be like I be on women. It's like shit, he don't give a damn about baby mamas and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? He a real nigga. He might be picky, but he a real nigga. If you got a baby, he don't give a fuck. He asks questions and shit like that, trying to see is he right or is he wrong about certain things he doing. You know what I'm saying? As a OG, a young, I tell his ass, like, bro, hey, move this way, move that way. It's just advice. If he take it, he take it. If he don't take it, hey, he don't take it. But as far as how he do his business, I ain't never gonna tell a nigga how to do his business. I ain't gonna never tell him how to get his money. And in this situation, when it came down to the money, it's like my nigga Corey Love said, he probably put too much faith in the motherfucker that he didn't do a lot of research on. And he come out looking bad. Not he's a bad person. It's just the situation make him look worse than what the situation is. It make him look worse, make him look terrible. When he ain't no terrible dude. He ain't no bad guy. To my knowledge, he ain't no bad guy. He just was dealing with somebody that he didn't do a lot of research on. He put a lot of faith in him. We do that. It happens. We make our mistakes. So I hope he bounces back. I hope his channel come back stronger. I hope he done got all the snakes out his group. And he can continue to grow. I wish nothing but the best for that man. I just need him to, do a little bit more research on certain people. And he'll tell you in the heartbeat, man, he don't deal with all that YouTube beef and this, that, and the third. He'll tell you in the heartbeat. But I still need you to do your research before you go into further, Drip. Some of these people out there, they ain't gonna do you no good. Some of these people just want to watch your channel burn and can't wait for you to do something to let them light the stick. Let them put the gas on the tires and set it on fire. So I wish him nothing but the best of luck. Anyway, what time is it? Oh, about 9, so I'm closer. All right, so now I done got all that out the way. Marriage is an IPO. And over here, it's part of the rebrand. It's part of the swipe Vesta mindset. We gonna merge my two loves: business, finance, and women relationships. So, for those that don't know, an IPO is when a company goes from being private to public, and they give you the initial public offering. The initial public offering. So really, when I say marriage and IPO, what that is that you and your lady behind the scenes, them built for months, built for years. You done did your research with family, with friends. You done checked her past. Might be real, might be fake, whatever the case may be. But you're secure enough with whatever she got going on to put a ring on it, to make it official. Excuse me. And show the world your wife. Now I remember when I first got married, and it was crazy. It was crazy because one minute, all the little females I was talking to, they, you a dog, you ain't shit, and this, that, and the third, okay, whatever. Then when I pop out married, all of them was like, who married you? I'm like, why? They're like, nigga, do they know what they doing? I was like, I guess, nigga, they want to marry me, I guess. And then it was like, what is it about you that she wanted to marry you? I don't know. Can't tell you. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know. Something about me. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Even after 20 plus years, I still don't know. I know I have an inkling, I know that I stand for what I stand on. I protect those that's in my circle. I make sure I provide, you know what I'm saying? I make sure to, try to solve problems the best way I can. And yeah, I got kids. I don't know. If that's the logic, then that's the logic. Yeah. So anyway, the IPO is your initial public offering. So like I said, you and your lady that you started dating and spend years, months, years putting this together, looking at the background of her family, looking at her friend circle, looking at her past relationships and shit like that, to the point where you was like, all right, I got all this information, we percolating, we moving, we going in the right direction. All right, now I'm finna put a ring on. Now I'm finna put a ring on. Now I'm ready to walk down the aisle and say I do. I done saved up to 6 months to a year's worth of salary to go get you this fat rock. To have your hand doing some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You done showed the world your wife. You done showed the world your bond. Cool. No problem. No problem. Now, the thing with every IPO is that all of them are not built the same. All of them ain't built the same. The little prospectus, the little flashy, little shiny pieces of paper, yeah, all of them ain't built up the same. Because when you take them vows for richer, for poorer, for sickness and health, that sound good. That sound real good. But do they really mean it? Because again, just like in business and relationship, it sounds good when you standing in front of this ordained minister or justice of the peace or whatever the case may be, and y'all take them vows or y'all own vows or whatever the case may be. And for richer or for poorer, for sickness or in health, to death do us part. Them vows actually mean something to people. Them vows actually mean something to people. And if you is a woman that I done built up months and years worth of this, that, and the third, and I want to take that plunge with you, you gotta actually be about that life that I'm about right now. Uh, like Travis Hunter and his wife, they've been together for a hot minute, a long period of time. And y'all really didn't care about her until that last Colorado game. Was it the last one or the? I remember I was out Christmas shopping, and I was watching it on my phone, and that game and the Heisman Award presentation. Them two incidents with Travis Hunter and his wife, now wife, but then girlfriend. Them two incidents right there led y'all to do y'all detective work. Y'all just had to go dig into the background. Now, before all this, y'all wasn't talking about Travis Hunter girlfriend. Y'all wasn't talking about none of the stuff y'all talking about now. No, 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 no. It wasn't until he became a potential first round pick, a Heisman Trophy candidate, and she making little ugly faces that y'all was like, wait a minute, something ain't right here. Then y'all go dig in the background. Y'all found out she was messing around with SoundCloud rappers, and she would go party while he sit in the parking lot waiting on her to come out. It was a lot of shit that y'all went to dug up just to do what? To say, oh, this is a bad business deal. This is a bad business deal. And I was one of the few individuals like, you don't think he know what he dealing with? Like, they had a whole YouTube channel. Y'all wasn't watching their YouTube channel. Y'all wasn't on her Instagram like that. Y'all didn't start doing y'all research until she made an ugly face at a potential first round pick. Potential Heisman Award winning candidate. Then y'all go do y'all research on Shouty to see what type of woman she is for him to be messing with, because y'all looked at him like, oh, he finna be great. And you acting like this toward this nigga that's finna be great. Who are you? You went and did your research and found out what type of woman she was and said he making a bad deal. But I'm sitting here like, you don't think he already knew that? You don't think he already knew that? You have to be kidding me if you don't think he already knew what y'all bringing out. Same thing with Clay and Megan Thee Stallion. Like, you don't know, you think Clay Thompson don't know Megan Thee Stallion background? Y'all thinking he a lame, or my bad, Russell Wilson. He gonna always be a lame to y'all niggas. You don't think he know what Sierra had going on? You don't think he knew Sierra had a son with Future before he started talking to Sierra? He that just was out. He didn't know none about that shit. He didn't know that she used to talk to Bow Wow or 50 Cent. You think he didn't know that makes him a lion because of this, that, and the third? When I sit back and look at shit like that, I'm like, man, these niggas be calculated just like the females y'all give a lot of credit to. Let them nigga be calculated. Cause at worst case scenario, I'm gonna smash. That's worst case scenario. Sierra, Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Hunter wife. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna get that box. If I don't get nothing else out this relationship with this little lady, I'm gonna hit. After I hit, we'll see. That's the same logic y'all use when y'all say y'all picking y'all women. Remember that shit now. Y'all use that logic. That I have to see what the pussy feel like before I make a decision. So again, when you got niggas like that y'all call lames and dummies and this, that, and the third, you don't think they thinking the same way you gangsters thinking? You manly men thinking? You don't think they thinking the same way you think? I say this shit all the motherfucking time. The nigga that be complaining about the women choosing the bad boys over them. I'm like, nigga, it's a possibility you do her dirty too. It's a possibility that you do her dirty too when it's obvious that a lot of y'all niggas be trying to do these females dirty now when you get a little bread in your pocket because of some past childhood trauma. I don't lie to y'all niggas. I tell y'all the truth. But somehow, some way, these niggas lame because they don't fit your aesthetic. They don't do the shit you do. Oh, you couldn't get her. You couldn't get her when she was good, when she was in her 20s. Okay. Why you couldn't keep her when she was in her 20s? If that's the prime age to get married. If that's the prime age to start a family, why you couldn't keep her in her 20s? See, all this shit boiled down to business decisions. And like I said, worst case scenario, y'all probably get some pussy. But again, if I want to marry her, if I want to be in a relationship with her, if I feel like she's doing all the things I need her to do as a girlfriend, wifey potential, what's the problem? And I ain't that married nigga that promote marriage. If you want to get married, get married. If you don't want to get married, I'm not gonna tell you get married. I'm not gonna tell you that's the best decision in the world. To each his own. But if a nigga wanna get married to this chick that you deem past her prime, you ain't get her when she was hot and all that type of shit. If he get with her and like her enough to cuff her and possibly marry her, what's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? I don't see a problem with it. Just like a nigga that want to be running from female to female all the way into their 50s. All right, that's what you want to do. Do it. I don't see a problem. But don't get to 50 and then talk about you ready to get married. And the first thing you want to marry is a female that's 30. And expect her to do what? Love you for you? Or love you because of what you can provide, which you was dodging, which you was dodging your whole 20s and 30s. You dodging gold diggers, you dodging the sex chasers, you dodging all them when you a young nigga, and now you get to your 50s, and now you got the bread up. Now you want to give the bread to a chick in her 30s, and you would think she like you for you. Okay, let you believe what you want to believe. Let you believe what you want to believe. But you can't tell Travis Hunter he lame because he married his wife. He knew what she was. He dealt with her for 5 years. 5, 6 years before they got married. You mean tell me in them 5, 6 years he ain't know the shit that y'all know now? That he was there? He went through? You mean tell me he just now knowing this shit? Before he walked down the aisle with that lady? You mean tell me Russell Wilson didn't know Sierra had a baby with Future before he started talking to Sierra? You mean tell me he didn't know that she was dealing with 50 Cent and Bow Wow at one point in time? You mean tell me he didn't know that shit? That's what you gonna tell me? And because he decided he wanted to marry her, that he the lame nigga? He wrong? Because of her past? Y'all niggas marry females that got worse passes. That still be doing dumb shit now. Y'all deal with females now that do dumb shit in their 30s and 40s and love her dirty draws, knowing she with the shit, and end up going to jail or the grave behind her. You taking chances to take her to nice restaurants and shit like that when she's bad, a bad behaving female. But you scared to tell her anything, you scared to tell her no, you scared to cuss her ass out because if you say something that she don't like, you ain't gonna get no pussy. I know you niggas. I know you niggas. And then you want to call Russell Wilson lying because he married Sierra and got more kids with Sierra. Oh, she should be dressing like this. Yeah, I don't say that shit to Beyonce. Beyonce still popping her ass. If y'all ain't seen them Levi commercials, I don't know where y'all been. Beyonce looking real thick in them Levi's. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about all that type of shit. Or maybe because of who she married to. And I respect Jay-Z. That's my favorite rapper. And his wife still popping her ass. I don't hear y'all saying anything negative about Queen B. I don't hear y'all saying anything negative about Beyonce. Because maybe it's Jay-Z. Why you don't say nothing negative? I'm just saying. But again, even with a Travis Hunter and a Russell Wilson or even a Klay Thompson right now, it's like, yeah, that shit sound good, but all females ain't gonna move the same way. All females ain't taking them vows seriously. All them females ain't taking that shit seriously. Cause the thing about it is, are they liabilities or assets? Is her track record shoddy, shitty, spotty? Is there some question marks? Does she drain you more than she put into you? It's them type of questions that you have to ask yourself before you merge with this female and present it to the public as y'all one. And in most times, y'all just get up with the chick for the simple fact you like how she look. You ain't thinking about the long-term effects of this relationship. You just like the pussy. And like I've been saying, it's like if the pussy good, you gon' cuff her. And you gonna expect her to do all the shit that you want a woman to do, a wife to do. And even when she ain't doing all that type of shit, you'll still take a chance and marry her. You'll still take a shot. Knowing she ain't doing the shit, you'll still try. And you'll be married. What's the limit? 5 years or less. So over the next 5 years, you're gonna try to make this shit work. Knowing she ain't shit. Knowing she ain't gonna do all the shit you want a wife to do, but you gonna make it work. And then you're talking about, oh, men don't file for divorce, men don't run away from the problem and all that type of shit, but you a damn fool for the simple fact you married a problem and expect her to change. You married a motherfucker that wasn't gonna act right. You got in a relationship with a woman that ain't gonna act right. And you knew she wasn't acting right. But some better than none, and she gave you a lot. She didn't give you what you really need, she gave you what you really wanted, was that box. And you cuffed her, knowing that's all she had to offer. And then you produce this merger to the public, and people are looking and it's like, did you do enough research? Did you do enough research before you put that ring on her finger? Is she doing all the things you want her to do as a wife before you put that ring on her finger? Was she already paying out dividends before you got with her, before you married her? Was she doing all the things you wanted a woman to do before you put the ring on her finger? Or did she blow up and crash? Or my favorite one, she looked good on paper, but got no fundamentals. Which one is it? Which one is it? A lot of y'all deal with them females that look like Enron. Talk a real good game, pretty as a motherfucker, trash as hell. And that's what y'all attach yourself to. And then feel some type of way when they pull the rug out from under your motherfucker that when it was shitty in the beginning, but you invested in it. She was already a piece of shit when you started talking to her and you kept dealing with her. You kept investing in her and what you thought happened. You thought it was going to change. Or the ones that got plenty of potential and don't do shit with it. Them y'all favorites too. Y'all not going after the one that's already paying off before you get with them. That already got something behind them before you get with them. So when y'all get with, like I said, it's like Apple and Beats. When I was talking about the Kim K and Kanye marriage, that's Apple and Beats. They already doing their thing without you. Now she get with you, and now y'all doing more things. Makes sense. But again, a lot of y'all want to be in the driver's seat to where you don't want nobody that can bring something to your table outside of their looks, and then get mad when they ain't got no fundamentals. All that good shit. So I'm finna get up out of here. I ain't as pumped up as I usually been, and y'all ain't as pumped up either. But it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It's really me. There's a lot of other things going on that's more important than me talking about marriage. Because like I said, a lot of y'all don't want to get married no way. But it's just part of my rebrand. I got to cover all that shit. So anyway, like this, share this, and subscribe. And I'm going to holler at y'all later.